Peace, y'all. So we back with another one. This is another one of those ones I was so excited for. One of those ones I got it home from the store and I was ready to listen to it that moment. I saw it and it was like I had no reference point for it. I never heard of the artist. The title of the album kind of got me excited, and I was just overall excited for it. So this album right here is Laura Lee's Women's Love Rights. You see that title itself had me like, what's this? What is this about? You know, this front cover image as well as the back cover image had me going. I was like, man, I really want to hear this. I'm really excited to hear this. The tracks on this are Women's Love Rights, Wedlock is a Padlock. That's another one of them titles that had me like, what is this? I Don't Want Nothing Old But Money, Don't Be Sorry, Be Careful If You Can't Be Good, Love and Liberty, It's Not What You Fall For, It's What You Stand For, Since I Fell For You, Two Lovely Pillows, That's How Strong My Love Is, and Her Picture Matches Mine. So that's it right there, right? You got this dope imagery on the front. You got this dope imagery on the back. You got this album title that's so interesting. These song titles that are like dope as well. So that had me really excited. I did a little bit of searching into the artist, but before we get into that, this is the album itself. This is the inner sleeve kind of had me laugh a little bit because it says Motown, the sound of Young America, and it's like, yeah, that Motown probably was the sound of Young America in 1972. I never really thought about it that way. This is the vinyl itself. It has this really cool like swirl label, red up top, white in the middle, orange down bottom. This is so dope. And I did a little bit of looking into the artist. So the artist Laura Lee is a gospel singer turned soul singer turned back gospel singer. She was in a gospel group as a young lady. She was actually the replacement for Della Reese in that gospel group. If you've ever seen Harlem Nights or Touched by an Angel or A Thin Line Between Love and Hate or Beauty Shop, you've seen Della Reese before. You know who she is. I'm always really excited to get involved with anything that is connected to Della Reese as a musical artist, because that's a part of her career I really didn't know about until very recently. But we're not talking about Della Reese right now. We're talking about Laura Lee. So after Laura Lee was in the gospel group, she went on to perform, I guess, secular soul, funk music. She put out a few albums of moderate success, this being one of them. This actually being the first album, full-length album she put out. She put out singles to this point. And after she had her fill of making soul music, she went back to making gospel music. So that's a little about her. I'm so excited to hear this album. And with that said, let's get into it. I'm starting a new movement today for women's love rights. Okay. Stand up and fight for your love rights. Love who you want, 'cause the man is sure gone. Stand up and fight for your love rights. I'm here to tell you about it, girl. Love rights. A few of your love rights. You gotta stay in on delay. Too money he can't claim. In the bank of your own name. Free taking out to eat. At least once a week. Or the Santa Claus keys. To go home and please. Get on the edge of the shopping. In your favorite spot. It's upstairs down, just try it on. Buy and take it home. Love rights. Talk about love rights. Talk about the love rights. Stand up and fight, girls. For your love rights. I love her voice. Okay. Coming through with the organ. Wedlock is a padlock. When you're married to a no-good man. Running the street while I sat home asleep. He does as he please, but he's jealous of me. He don't want my love and won't set me free. Oh, child, let me tell you something. A no-good man ain't nothing. Oh, okay. You're crazy one. body.
Girls, stop dreaming a man won't change. To woman's liberation has been arranged. If it's not what you fall for, get on up. Stand on up.
I can hear the gospel. It's like she preaching.
Walk tall and get on up. Get on up, girls.
Funky. It's crazy.
You know what? I won't never be the same. Ever since I fell for you. Yeah, it's too bad. Too sad, baby. That I had to fall in love with a sweet man like you. You left me, baby. The next day you stopped me. What can I do about it? I'm still in love with you, yes I am.
Nah, she body this. This is unbelievable.
So lonely. You don't know. For all the lonely people like me tonight, I'm home. Through my window, that's when my tears begin to flow. Because to love it pillows on a kid's side bed. Just my tears. My music is open at night. Oh, sit down and talk about the past and present time. Oh, she told me about love, and it sounded just like my name. My suspicion was soon answered by the picture she held in her hand. But on the picture matches mine. Oh, I am to your side.
Let's talk about it. So this album right here is noisy. It's full of cracks and pops. Every time I played it, my stylus got visibly dirty. Even after I cleaned it. But it slaps. This record is so hard. I'm so glad I bought this album. This is one of them albums. I know so far I gave y'all 2 reasons why I buy vinyl. There's actually a 3rd reason I buy it. And the 3rd reason being is that there's some albums you just can't stream. Like you can't find them anywhere. If you check the description for this video, you'll notice that there's no Discogs. What is a Discogs? Pardon me, but there's no Spotify. There's no Apple Music link. There's no Tidal link because this album isn't on any of those apps. Like you can't find it anywhere except for like in physical, and then there's a YouTube link to listen to the album in front. But even then, it's not even separated by song. Like this is one of them ones. You feel me? Like that you find and it's like, what's this? And it's like, oh, I would have never found this anyway because there was no way for me to look for this. So it slaps, and it's one of those hard to find ones. Going through the track list, starting with Women's Love Rights, it's a it's like a manifesto of women's liberation. It speaks on about like cultural and social beliefs around what women should be, what men can be, and the gap between the two. Is one line in it, she says, love who you wanna, cause a man is sure enough gonna. She speaks about women having the rights to a car, their own money, to be taken out on dates, even like the right to sexual satisfaction, right? Like it's one of those songs where it's just like, you know, it's just a statement, it's a manifesto. This is why we're here. This is what we're doing. It's basically a women's liberation manifesto, and it's fire. And then you get to that second song, Wedlock is a Padlock. Super dope. It comes in on this amazing organ, and then it goes into like these really fun drums, and these upbeat horns. And the theme of the song is, you know, wedlock is a padlock when you're dealing with a no good man. This song is full of like, I don't want to use the word fun to describe the lyrics, but like witty. You know what I'm saying? Because the topics are like a little bit like on the sadder side, so it's not like the lyrics are fun, but she makes it fun, right? It's like a fun way to talk about a sad topic. It almost feels like to me that it's like a precursor for disco. Because when I listen to a lot of the songs in the disco era, you know, you get caught up in that beat and it's real fun and it's, you know what I mean, or all that. But underneath, those lyrics are like really sad, and a lot of times these lyrics are about loving and losing, or somebody taking their love away from you, or thinking that you're gonna crumble underneath the weight of the world when they walk away. Like, they're not actually like happy songs, but they feel good and they're fun to listen to. The way I think about lyrics is almost like how I think about like Kanye West lyrics. Like, they're just really witty, funny lyrics, but it's like sometimes he's not talking about a funny thing. On this song, there's one lyric. It's not one of those more fun lyrics, but it's like it's so poignant. You know what I mean? So she talks about like wedlock being a padlock when you're dealing with somebody who's no good. And the lyric is, you know, he does as he pleases, but he's jealous of me. He doesn't want my love, but he won't let me be free, or he won't let me go. And she warns women, you know, not to be handcuffed to the true love that you thought you had, right? It's a cautionary tale. And it's amazing that organ intro turning into the drums. It's so surprising. It's a great song. Then you get into I Don't Want Nothing Old But Money. Again, one of them song titles like, what's this? You know what I'm saying? And it's a song that's basically just about, like, you know, the partner stepped out, did something they wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, cheated. And it's like, it ain't even, not that they cheated, it's the opposite actually. They stepped out, they found a new relationship. And it's very clear that this new person that they done found ain't Laura Lee. You know what I'm saying? She ain't putting it down like Laura Lee. She don't got the love like Laura Lee got. You know what I mean? She might not be able to hold a conversation like Laura Lee. She just ain't it. She whack. You know what I'm saying? Laura Lee is a clear step up, and whoever partner she talking about in this song stepped down to go be with this other person, and now they back. But like, I don't want nothing old but my money. You feel me? And she spends the song talking about how, like, you know, how with age, with time, things usually dilapidate, right? Old homes can't hold the heat because the walls are becoming cold. Old cars can't drive the way they used to, right? Just the idea of like, bro, old things, this is old. Your love is old, like an old house, like an old car. I don't want it, right? And this song is like a wonderful harmony during the chorus. I love it. There's congos in it. I'm in love with that. And then she goes to Don't Be Sorry, Be Careful If You Can't Be Good, which is low-key like the opposite of the last song, right? It's a song about a partner that's, she has a partner, the partner stepped out, but she really loves this partner. So it's like, hey, look, don't be sorry. Don't come here apologizing. Just be careful if you can't be good. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do what you're doing, just don't get caught. I'd rather you don't do it. I don't want your sorries. But if that's what you're going to do, be careful about it. Don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? This song probably has like my favorite musical moment on the whole album. that there's almost like a chant. She chants, and then the background singers chant behind her, and they're chanting, "Sorry, didn't do it, you did," with the Congo drums just playing in the background. Mwah, probably my favorite musical moment of the album. This beat kind of reminds me of like the way you do the things you do, and Beauty's Only Skin Deep. Like it kind of like the beat's kind of like that vein of sound. Then we go into Love and Liberty, which is, it's another dope when it comes in with that Liberty Bell, but it feels like it's really just a reprise of the first song. Like it's almost like the same exact melody, same like lyric structure, but this time it goes more into, instead of just talking about like the cultural and social ideals of what women should be and breaking out of those ideals, this one is more about like policy and laws, and liberty, you know what I mean? Like it opens with like the Liberty Bell. So it's more about, I would say, like governmental change, kind of sort of policy change, law change, you know what I mean? Like it talks about like it talks about things like things that women couldn't do, right? Like they couldn't vote, you know what I'm saying? And it speaks to like those aspects of liberation for women. Also talks about like hiding behaviors from men, right? And like really just like it's that part is a little bit social, but it's like it's time you get to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait foot in hand on a man to do the things you want to do. You know what I mean? Another dope song, but again, it's a reprise. It feels like part 2 of the first song. Side A closes out with "It's Not What You Fall For, It's What You Stand For," which is, wow, this is a dope song to me. It's probably the funkiest track on side A, right? It comes through with the bass guitar, turns into congos, and then the intro, like it almost sounds like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of this album. You know what I'm saying? It's a cry for women, right? It's a cry for women to not be ashamed of falling for the tricks of a man, or even falling to, you know what I mean, the darker side, the harder side of life. And it's a motto to pick yourself up and stand up again, you know what I mean, and not fall for it again, right? Which is a great message, right? Like it's not your fault that it happened that way, and even if it did, you know what? That's not what defines you. What defines you is how you get up and how you move after that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a super dope message. It's a super dope song, and it's the perfect song to lead into side B. That's the last song on side A. On side B, it turns into like it goes from "I am the leader of the movement. I am carrying this movement forward. I am your captain. I am your leader. Follow me. I will get you there." And then side B is I'm also a human. You know what I'm saying, right? So like how side A ends on "It's not what you fall for, it's what you stand for." Side B is her talking about the time she's fallen, right? Like I'm a comrade in this. You know what I'm saying? It goes from hold on one second. I gotta look at these side B tracks real quick. "Since I Fell For You," "Two Lonely Pillows," "That's How Strong My Love Is," and "Her Picture Matches Mine." And all of these songs are really songs about heartbreak, right? "Since I Fell For You" is so hard. It's also, again, like the perfect next song musically for "It's Not For What You Fall For, It's What You Stand For." It's like a 7-minute song of beat changes and progressions, and it's super dope musically. And what she's really talking about is like it always starts with this beautiful narrative. She's telling the story of walking through the mall, and this man starts flirting with her, and she's already in a relationship, and this person, you know what I mean, continues to try to woo her. She ends up leaving her husband, her partner for him, right? She's already in a relationship, and she said, "I'm in a relationship, and I'm happy." And she, you know what I mean, like this man talks her into leaving this relationship. You know what I mean? She has some accountability to taking that as well, right? Like you left the relationship, but it comes down to her, the man leaving her, and her just talking about like how sad she is that she went for what this man was putting down, and then B, sad that she lost this man because she loved him. She still wants him back, right? So again, it's that thing for me where it's like on side A is, you know what I mean, it's not what you fought for, it's what you stand for, and the side B is I have fallen. I have fallen, I am human, I am your comrade in this thing. I am not just giving you a message of liberation and a soundtrack for independence. I am telling you that I have fallen the same way that you have fallen, right? And I super duper love that. Two Lonely Pillows is, did I skip anything? Nope, see, look at me remembering. Two Lonely Pillows is another one of those songs where it's just like the person who I love, I'm no longer with. And now I just have to look at these two lonely pillows on this king size bed, which only one of us laying here. That's How Strong My Love Is. Again, that same type of song, like That's How Strong My Love Is. I'm still gonna be there. I'm always there. And then the album closes out on the song where I don't think it's the best closeout song for the album. I think it's a great song, but it almost just feels like there's no resolve. Like it feels like it doesn't end the album, right? Like Her Picture Matches Mine is this song about going to see a friend, and you know what I mean, your friend is talking about their new partner, and her friend's new partner is Laura Lee's partner, right? You know what I mean? She pulls a picture out, her picture matches mine. It's the same picture. She talks about, you know what I mean, like she has this great line that what was once joy to see a friend is now turning into jealousy because she's upset. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is upsetting or whatever. And it's a sad song about being betrayed and your friend not knowing what's going on and being a part of the betrayal by accident. You know what I mean? Like it's not her fault. She didn't do anything to you. She didn't do anything to me. But for me, given the way the album went, it just seemed like there's a song missing. Like there's something should come after. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe there should be a flip flop in the songs of side B. There's something. It just feels unresolved. But with that said, I think that's a minor complaint because I love the music, right? So my little discrepancy about you know what I mean, track ordering, whatever. Because the way that side A went into side B is actually perfect to me. I think it's one of the most perfect side A to side B transitions I've heard so far. So yeah, my little discrepancy about the last song. Who cares? Life goes on. This is a great album. I love this album. I recommend it. I will listen to it again. I'll probably need to find somebody who knows how to deep clean records because this record gets my stylus like completely filthy. It's terrible how dirty this record gets my stylus. But it's dope. It's super dope. I love the themes of this album. I love the music. It surprised me, which I was expecting to be surprised because it just looks like a different album, but I was super duper surprised. This album sounds like the almost like a transition from like 60s Motown music into like disco. It's more of a funk album, but it does seem that like in content matter, it seems to be that bridge from the content that you were hearing a Motown song to the content you were hearing a disco song. But that it's funk and it's a strong funk sound, and she has a really strong soulful voice. You can tell that listen to her, she comes from gospel. Like even even at the beginning of you know what I mean, I Fell For You, there's that narrative, that storytelling, it sounds reverendish. Like it sounds like a reverend, it sounds like a preacher, it sounds like a testimonial, you know? So this album's great. I recommend it to all of you. Again, no link on Tidal, Spotify, or Apple Music. So if you want to hear this album, there's like a YouTube thing. You just search Laura Lee Women's Love Rights. It'll come up. Thank y'all so much. And remember, always treat life like a vinyl collection. Indulge in things you like. Don't be afraid to try something new. Cleanse regularly and try your best to avoid static. Peace, y'all.